question is, you come from South Indian tradition of Shaivism, okay, where Shiva and Jiva are separate entities. Shiva cannot become Jiva. Shiva can be on the ashraya of Jiva. Jiva can be on the ashraya of Shiva. Shiva is always great.
And the third entity also.
Third entity is what?
Third entity is Anava Mala.
No, Mala. Third entity is Mala. Mala is impurity.
Mala is impurity, but then the other things are created. That Kanma and Sika
Yeah.
not the main one. The Anava is the...
No, Anava Mala, Maya Mala, and Karma Mala. So there are three. Mala means impurities.
Yeah.
Huh? No, his system, he comes from South Indian Shaivism. I'll tell you. The South Indian Shaivism is always originated in Kashmir. Shiva. South India, one of the main disciples of Shiva called Nandinatha, he traveled to Sri Lanka. From Sri Lanka, he spread Shaivism in South India. So that's why origin of Shaivism is with Nandinatha. Nandinatha Sutra is the Shaivism origin in South India. There's a gap, right? Now Kashmir is there top, and Tamil Nadu and South India is bottom.
Just one word, but one more thing. This person called, saint called Tirumula.
Tirumala.
Tirumandiram. That is the text.
Tirumala.
3000.
Yeah.
And supposed to have given one every year. So 3000 years it is taken. So it is in
South
Tamil
India.
Nadu.
Tamil Nadu.
So this is that tradition. So
Yeah.
these stotras and sastras, there are two separate set of
Okay.
texts.
Okay.
There are 12 texts in the stotra and 14 in the sastras.
So Shastras comes from Nandinatha,
Yeah.
Stotras come from Tirumala.
No, actually one of the stotra, that is
One of the
12 is
One of the Tirumular, the saint called Tirumular, he gave Stotras.
He actually came from Kailas.
He came from Kailas. So Nandinatha and Tirumular were actually responsible for the Shaivism in South India. Now question from Sampath is, he comes from the tradition where Jiva and Shiva are separate entities. Shiva is the master. Shiva is actually as a master. He is called Pashupati.
Pasupati and
Pashupati and Pashu.
Pasu and Pati.
Pashu and Pati. So Jiva is called Pashu and Shiva is called Pashupati. Okay, they are bonded. So whereas Kashmiri Shaivism itself speaks of Advaita. It's called Shakto Advaita, Shakti Advaita. Okay. Now, what is the reconciliation between the two? The original Kashmiri Shaivism, when Shiva spoke, Shiva speaks of three types of jivas. And he gives three different techniques of teaching. This Anu Jiva. Anu Jiva is called Anava Mala. He is suffering from Anava Mala. Anava Mala means impurity. Anu Jiva feels that I am separate, I am limited entity. That's called Anava Mala. Anu means small. Somebody who feels I am very small, I am separate from the totality, and he is suffering from a Mala called impurity. And that is actually because of Maya Mala. Maya Mala means he is under the perception of Maya. And because of Anava Mala, Maya Mala, he becomes subject to Karma Mala. Karma as a impurity. So these three together go together. Anava Mala, Maya Mala and Karma Mala. Mala means impurity. A Jiva is one who is suffering from all these three. Now, in Shiva says there are three types of Jiva originally. Jiva is first called Anu. That means one who feels who is separate. Then another type of Jiva, next type of Jiva is called I am connected but separate from Shiva. Okay. Then another type of Jiva is I am Shiva only. So there are three types of Jiva. The teachings are three different for three Jivas. And one teaching should not be mixed with the other teachings. They are different. Okay. Teaching should not be mixed up. If this Jiva hears other teaching, he will get confused. If this Jiva hears other teaching, there are three types of teachings in any system. In our traditional Vedanta system, there is a Advaita, Vishishta Advaita, Dvaita. Corresponds to these three systems of Shiva speaking of. This system number one is called Dvaita, Beda. Beda means separation. Somebody strongly feels separate. For him, don't speak of Advaita. Don't, because he will get confused. Wherever is Dvaita, for him they give the teaching. Okay. And some Jiva has a quality which is more advanced. He feels I am connected to God. It's called Beda. Some people say I am one with God. It's called Abeda. So now this in the traditions of the other systems in India, it became Dvaita, Veda, which is equal to Veda. Vishishta Advaita Beda Beda, and Advaita Abeda. These three systems became. In Buddhism, they became three systems. Buddhism, one is called Hinayana. I am a separate vehicle. I am different from Buddha. Then called Mahayana. It's more like equivalent of our second system, Beda Beda. And Vajrayana. Buddha, I am Buddha. My nature is Buddha. Hinayana, Mahayana, Vajrayana, and Mahayana. Dvaita, Vishishtadvaita, Advaita. In Shiva's terminology, it's called Dvaita, Beda, 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 Beda. Now the teachings are given separately to each of them. It's not same teaching is given up. For teaching with the Beda, okay, who is suffering from Anavamada, the teaching is worship, rituals, puja, temple. It is a teaching given. Very specific type of rituals, puja you have to do every day. So that is the teaching which is given to Anavamala or Anujiva. He is not taught about oneness. He is taught about Shiva is Pashu, Pashupati. You are Pashu. Okay. So if he tells you are also Shiva, he will not do puja. He already is lost. Now he will confuse him further. So he is told very clearly, Shiva is Pashupati, you are Pashu. Shiva is your master, you are a servant. And he does the puja. He lives his life in that. Then comes next level called Beda Beda. For people with the Beda Beda, Jiva which are Beda Beda, whether Beda Jiva, the Anu Jiva has come to the next level, we don't know. It depends on his maturity. So for Beda Beda, teaching is given called entire universe is Shakti. Shiva and Shakti play. As Shakti, all of you are connected to Shiva. You are not separate from Shiva. So for Beda Jiva, the perception is the reality. Maya Mala becomes very powerful. Maya means separation, perception. For Anujiva, all these breathing techniques, meditation practices are given. So it's actually he has gone one level from the body. From physical plane he has gone to mental plane. It's called Shaktopaya. For Anujiva it's called Adavopaya. That's called Shaktopaya. So for him various types of breathing practices, meditation practices are taught. Yesterday what I gave was a Shaktopaya. Okay. So the spiritual practice is called Shaktopaya. Then finally you come to a Jiva who says I am one with Shiva. Then for him it's called Shambhavopaya. Shambhavopaya is more of a just surrender. Okay? And grace will uplift you. You don't have to do anything because you are already Shiva. All that you require is blessing of the Guru or Shiva. So that's called different. Now the teaching and Shastra they read also different. They're not same. It's come from Shiva only. But prescribed Shastras for Anavopaya, Anujiva, prescribed Shastra Shaktopaya, prescribed Shastra for Shambhavopaya are different. They don't confuse each other. Okay. Now, well, Anujiva will migrate, become Anujiva will migrate to Shaktopaya, Shaktopaya to Shambhavopaya. We don't know. But a guru who is really master will be able to take Anujiva to Shambhavopaya, Shaktopaya to Shambhavopaya in a migration, smooth path. So now, in Shiva Sutra, Shiva is Sarva Swatantra. He is always free. But Swechaya, with his own Ichaya, desire, he takes Kanchuki. Kanchuki means limitations. Different types of limitations he takes. And he takes the life of a Jiva. This is called Shiva becomes a Jiva by taking the Kanchukis. Kanchuki is Avaranas. Pancha Kanchukis. So Avaranas he takes and he becomes Jiva. Huh?
Pancha Kanchukis is called
Purusha. So he becomes then he takes the form of Jiva. Who becomes Jiva? Shiva only with his own Swatantra. He has the freedom to become small also. So why he becomes small? Why he becomes Jiva? Is the question. See, as Satchidananda Swarupa, as the infinite self, is unfortunate. Infinite self cannot know about itself better. Infinity cannot know about itself. Infinity know about itself, it has to become finite. This is a paradox, no? Infinity, unknowable. Infinity is unknowable. Unknowable to know itself, it has to become finite. Now, as a finite, it cannot know infinite. There is another problem. A finite cannot know infinite also. Finite only can appreciate infinite. Finite cannot know infinite. A river cannot know ocean.
No, here again, the basic difference is Vastu, Satya Vastu, is Ekam.
Ekam.
That is one school of thought. The other school of thought, which I am talking about, is there are three Vastus.
Yeah.
Three Vastus means there is clear distinction never becomes the same.
Correct. So basically, what you are speaking of is
Trika.
Trika Shastra. In Trika
that-
Shastra. So there are three vastus: Shiva, Jiva, and Shakti is other one.
No, not Shakti.
Ah.
It is Mala.
Mala.
Specifically Anava Mala. And
Shiva,
which cannot be killed.
Shiva, Shakti, and Mala, Anumala.
Anava Mala.
Anavamala. So three. Okay, these are three independent entities. They exist forever, perpetual, nitya.
Perpetual.
Perpetual, nitya.
Yeah, nitya.
Right, nitya.
Not created.
Not created. See, these are the Trika Shastra. Vastutrayam. Trika Shastra is typically given to Anujiva. Okay. There are Shastras which are given Shaktopaya, and there are Shastras which are given Shambhovapaya. They are different. In the three vastus, alright, three vastus which are called Nitya for the Anujiva, are explained in different way in different levels. For Anujiva, this is the teaching. If otherwise you will say, why Shiva has to take Jiva? Why they have to Maya? How can Shiva get into Maya? All those questions will come. His focus is puja, ritual, worship Shiva, and Shiva is in me as Pashupati. So that is the whole system is given to him up to that level. Beyond that level, how this came into picture, that is not given. That is given Shambhovapaya and Shaktopaya.
Knowledge of Mala probably is important.
Mala for important. Here knowledge of Mala. I am suffering. If I Jiva Shiva, how can I suffer? Then he says, no, Shiva doesn't suffer, you suffer. Okay?
Yeah.
The teaching is given. This is typical in Advaita. Dvaita, it said Jiva. No, Vishishta is slightly different. In Dvaita, the very clear teaching is Jiva is different. One Jiva is different from other Jiva.
Vishishtadvaita, Sesha Sheshi Bhavam.
Shesha Sheshi Bhavam.
So they are permanently different.
Correct. No, I'll tell you the difference. Alright, I'll tell you through a story. In Dvaita system, this is actually Shiva Tattva. In Dvaita system, there is very clear teaching. Jiva is different from Paramatma. Jivatma is different from Paramatma. They can never be one. Okay? As Amshi also. They are separate. In Vishishtadvaita, he becomes Amshi. In Advaita, he becomes Paramatma only. So there's a different teaching and scriptures are different. The scriptures are not mixed up also. Because the questions which come at each level is different. For a primary school questions to kid, the questions are different from a high school kid. And for textbooks are different. Now if you mix up the textbook, then the whole kid will be confused. So there's a story in what do you call it? Advaita Ramayana. Adhyatma Ramayana. Hanuman, somebody asked Hanuman, what is Rama to you? Hanuman says, when I am body conscious, I am Rama, I am servant. Rama is different from me. I can never be Rama. I cannot even think of Rama as me. As body, I am separate from Rama. Okay. Then, sometimes I sit for meditation. When I am body conscious, I am Rama, and I do service for Rama. I work for Dharma, because Ramo Vigrahan Dharma. This actually typically specifies the Veda philosophy. In Dvaita, it's same. Dvaita is exactly same. In Dvaita, you say you can never be equal to God. You are a servant of God. That's why in Dvaita, all saints will have a name Dasa. Purandara Dasa, Kanada, I am servant of God. Because I am separate, as a body conscious, as I am body. Then comes the Vishishtadvaita. So Hanuman says, I sit for meditation. Now I am not a body, I am the mind. At the mind level, I am connected to Rama. Because Rama is also thinking of Dharma, I am also thinking of Dharma. As at mind level, we are one. I am still separate, because Rama is complete embodiment of Dharma. I have one Amsha of Dharma. So I am related to Rama. Amsha Amshi Bhava comes into picture in meditation. This is called, I call Vishishtadvaita, Veda. So then Hanuman says, I meditate further and go in deep meditation. Then no Hanuman is there, only Rama is there. Atma Rama is there. So this is called Advaita. So Advaita doesn't mean I am Rama. Advaita means Rama alone is there. Okay, I am not there. I as an individual is not there. So that comes in Samadhi, I am there. So that's why the Veda, Abeda can be explained as body consciousness, mind consciousness, and spirit consciousness in three levels. They are not contradictory or opposing each other. They are different experiences, different standpoints of the Jiva. Different standpoints. As a body, I am servant of God, I am separate from God. God is my master. So that's what he called Pashu and Pashupati. Then as a servant, as I am mind conscious, my energy consciousness, I am one connected with God. It's called Shaktopaya. I am connected with God as Shakti, energy. Then as Shambhovapaya, whatever I call as I is not real. Then only God is there. That's called Shambhovapaya or Advaita. Now the texts of these are very different. Okay, teaching is very different, and the teachings are very strictly maintained. Their boundary is strictly maintained. The teaching boundary. So possibly in I think Shaktopaya also is not there in your South India, because many Siddhas are very experts in Shaktopaya.
Yeah, they're there, but these three entities, that three vastus are there, and then this Maya is also three: Suddha Maya,
Shuddha Maya, Shuddha Maya,
Suddha Maya,
Ashuddha Maya.
and then this Pralaya, the jivas in the three, like, it's like a pyramid.
Pyramid.
And whatever you construct, this Anava doesn't come within this boundary. It is still outside.
Outside.
This, outside even outside even Siva Tattva. There is Atma Tattva, Vidya Tattva, then there is Shiva Tattva.
Shiva Tattva.
24 and 7 and 5.
Five.
This is exactly, that is how this 36 comes. This Anava Mala is outside of this. Like whatever you do, the Anava Mala is something that can be like submissive, controlled, but never killed. Like it's like a seed, like
Yeah.
there is.
The Anavamala concept I will tell you in this thing.
Yeah, that's why I said Anava and
Yeah.
Ahankara are different.
No. I mean, I'll try to tell, bring the Anavamala concept in the way I understood. I don't know the way the text is understood. Right? See, in our yogic Vedantic philosophy, there is a universal projection, which is called Maya Shakti, and individual ignorance called avidya. Okay, a individual subject is avidya. Jiva, he has avidya from time immemorial, anadikala. So probably the Anavamala refers to jiva avidya in that sense, which is there from time immemorial. Now in Vishishta, in Dvaita, what they maintain, that the avidya of the jiva, or separation from God, will never go even after liberation. It is perpetual.
In Dvaita.
In Dvaita.
Correct.
It is eternal. Okay, I am separate from God. Even in Mukti, I am separate from God.
Correct.
So that is actually strictly Dvaita maintains that. Dvaita will not even say that separation from God will not go. Then they'll ask in some teachings are in Upanishad, right? Tattvamasi. Tattvamasi is there. And Jiva becomes one with God, Brahman becomes one with God, like water drop becomes one with the ocean, they'll say. Right? That's the teaching is there in Upanishad. So Dvaita they'll say, Tattvamasi is Atattvamasi. The teaching of Tattvamasi is Atattvamasi. The Shvetaka is very egoistic. He comes to father and I know everything. The father says Atattvamasi. You think you know you are God, you are not God. Atattvamasi. Okay? In very angrily, he is teaching 9 times, he is shouting at Shvetaka that you are not God. You cannot be God. You are separate from God. That's teaching of Tattvamasi becomes Atattvamasi in Dvaita. Then Mukti is there. In Mukti, river becomes one with the ocean. So Dvaita teachers will come and say, river becomes one with the ocean. Okay, even a water drop falls into the ocean. The water drop has its identity. How one drop can mix with other drops? Apparently they can mix them, but the drop itself will have identity. So that a Jiva, even after birth is Paramatma in Mukti, Jiva will have separate identity. That's what they maintain in Dvaita philosophy. The Dvaita philosophy is the similar thing is maintained in Anavapaya. Anavamala, according to me, is Maya which is covering the Jiva. Is there from time immemorial. It will not go even after Mukti.
Yes.
Right? So that's exactly same thing is maintained in Advaita.
Look at Nataraja. There is that Moyalaka. I am telling only Tamil time because I am yet to learn.
Moyalaka means what?
There is one there is one person
Person.
lying down.
Yeah.
Okay, who's looking up the feet that is dancing. That's called Kunchita Pada.
Yeah.
So they lifted up.
Yeah.
So that will be there.
Yeah.
So and he has got this Trodana Sakti and Anugraha Sakti.
Anugraha
There are two
Shakti.
These are also this
Right.
Siddhanta
Yeah.
philosophy. So one is to ensure that you get dipped into the
Yeah.
samsara.
Yeah.
The another is one
Got
to liberate you.
Yeah.
And
Anugraha and Tirodhana.
Yeah. Tirodhana.
Shiva as a master, Pashupati, he has Anugraha Shakti and Tirodhana Shakti.
Tirodhana.
Okay. This is all philosophy. Okay. I'll tell my own experience. I am born as Dvaita. I strongly believe in Dvaita. I strongly studied Dvaita philosophy. And I believe Dvaita philosophy is very good. And Dvaita philosophy is very good for Bhakti. I am 100% clear. The way they teach, everything is Bhakti. So Bhakti is required according to me for Chitta Shuddhi. And when Bhakti is there, don't say I and Paramatma are one. Then your Bhakti will get diluted. Right? You say I and my boss are one. Then what work you'll do? So your whole purpose of Bhakti is Chitta Shuddhi. Then you say, God is Pashupati, he is master. I am Pashu. That's how I started actually. Shiva is sitting somewhere, I am the servant. Okay? That's how it started. This is called Veda. In Dvaita philosophy, emphasizes that. Anavopaya, what he speaks of, emphasizes that. There is no question of oneness. Even if you merge with Shiva, it will be separate. Okay? So then I moved into Vishishtadvaita, because I moved into mental plane. Then with Jnana, I went into Advaita plane. So in a sense, I have all the three understanding: Dvaita, Vishishtadvaita, Advaita. So in my opinion, these three are different philosophies given to each different level of a standpoint. Body conscious Jiva, you are giving Anavopaya, Veda. When you are mind conscious, you become Veda. And when you are self, you are coming closer to self, it is called Abeda. Or there's the philosophy.
See, the thing is, in the real life, that distinction is not very clear. As you progress.
No, this distinction, this teaching, everything has come from master. Please understand. Earlier days, you had a master, a guru. Guru will take you, now you are ready for second standard, third standard. Now what has happened? The whole system has collapsed.
So in this way, from a practical, now that we have to deal with the world as it
in earlier days, in real original system, so basically how, I'll tell you this system, how it works in Gurukula. In Gurukula, first they will not teach you are Brahman. So you have to do Upasana for Brahman. The Brahmopadesha means Brahman is in you, you have to become one like Brahman, but you are not ready. So you have to do Karma Yoga. So in Gurukula, first teaching is Karma Yoga. 16 years is Karma Yoga. Then Upasana, you do Yajna every day. So you pray to God, pray to Brahman. So there your Brahman is not taught. Okay? The whole purpose of Gurukula system is Upasana and Karma Yoga and Karma Kanda. Karma Kanda is ritual. Rituals are very important because it brings a discipline. On this sthiti, you have to get up at 3:30 in the morning, you have to do this. I'm saying it brings a discipline in life. That's why the purpose of Karma Kanda. Then Upasana is to bring devotion. Okay? Now here you have to understand the Karma Kanda and Upasana. Karma Kanda is physical level. Upasana is the mental level. Upasana involves visualization. Now Upasana is right brain oriented. Jnana is left brain oriented. So now left brain, right brain integration is what they are looking for before you come to Jnana. Okay, now Chitta Shuddhi means his mind has become pure. Then his head and heart integrations happen. Okay, now today when people come to Jnana, this whole system has collapsed. Now they come to Jnana, I study Advaita. I'm not listening because heart is not integrated with head.
Correct. That's where
Suppression. So the Upasana, the Puja Vidya is preparing you for discipline. Preparing you for right brain or the faculties of right brain. That's what is called Chitta Shuddhi. Chitta Shuddhi prepares you for Jnana, not otherwise. This is my understanding. Simple. And I have seen this experience of Chitta Shuddhi, how it happens step by step, progressively. So Veda approach of Veda is Karma Kanda first, Upasana Kanda first, then Jnana Kanda. So Karma Kanda, you are told Brahman is there. Brahman is there. You do rituals, puja for that. Upasana Kanda, you meditate, you are one with that. And Jnana Kanda is you are one with Brahman. So this is actually considered as Veda, Abeda. We will come to this level.
No, here there are Purvapaksha, there are questions. I mean, from not just some 6 or 12, some more than 24 schools of thoughts. I mean, including atheists. There are 3-4 schools of Buddhists.
Purvapaksha, yeah.
So in this, the question is like, if you enjoy moksha, who is enjoying?
Yeah.
If you are one,
Yeah.
who is enjoying?
Yeah.
I mean, to enjoy,
Yeah.
you have to be.
You have to be separate.
You have to be
That's exactly what is taught in Dvaita and Vishishtadvaita.
Yeah.
You will enjoy moksha.
Yeah.
Okay? In Advaita, there's no enjoyer. Enjoyer has disappeared.
Yeah.
So now these people, the person who will do Dvaita, you'll get confused. If I am not there to enjoy moksha, then what is the purpose of doing sadhana?
I don't know what is that.
Why the hell I should do sadhana? So that's why Dvaita will clearly say, you will be there in moksha, you will be there with Bhagwan, you will be separate from Bhagwan, you will enjoy there, Vaikunta.
Yeah.
In Vishishtadvaita, you are separate from God, but you
serve
connect,
God.
you serve God, you will enjoy.
Yeah, you serve
Okay?
God.
In
He
Advaita,
says only you enjoy.
you are not there, only God is there. Then why should I do sadhana?
Yeah, so there's a danger there. That's why they.
Okay, so this actually understanding final mukti phala, Dvaita very clearly, strictly maintains. Okay, you will merge with God, but you are still separate. A drop of water falls into ocean, but should drop will retain individuality. Like that, it will retain individuality. That will say very clearly. So basically, this is to avoid confusion in each stage of growth. Right? Primary school kid, it's like primary school kid. You're studying physics, Newton's law, gravitation for apple falls on Newton's head. Then you say, no, this is all false. Say, quantum mechanics is reality. There's no apple, there's no Newton. It's all energy. Then this kid will get confused. So don't tell that, no. Each school, each system thought they'll maintain very strict, what I'm saying, scriptures and integrity of teaching.
But there is no one school which says that this is a primary school, this is a high school,
There's,
this is a college.
okay.
There's no one school.
No,
that
there
says
is one school.
Okay.
Your question is, there's no one school which says this is primary school, this is middle school, this is high school. There's one school, always. A realized master is one school. Okay, realized master knows exactly where you stand and he helps you move. See, this is not a school. A teacher is required. Without teacher, the system doesn't work. The realized master is supposed to know Anavamala. You practice Anavamala. Then you go to then you go to next level. Without the guidance of the realized master, this won't work. The system collapses. Ramakrishna Paramahamsa had 12 disciples. Okay, and he will tell very strictly which disciple has to do what. So for one disciple, he says you do puja only. Okay, you don't bother what Narendranath is doing. Vivekananda. Narendranath, he says, don't get into puja room. You only study that this thing, Ashtavakra Gita. Okay, don't worry about puja. Okay, Narendranath is destined for Advaita. This puja guys are destined for Advaita. One day, Narendranath goes into the room of puja guys. This guy is taking one stone and doing puja. Okay, what stupidity is this? Okay, so Narendranath starts laughing. And you are praying that shown as mother, what puja you are doing. Narendranath is only taught Advaita. And Ramakrishna Paramahamsa didn't teach rituals and puja to him. So then he laughs at that fellow. Then he takes that stone vigraha and throws into river. Ramakrishna Paramahamsa sees in vision and he gets wild, angry with Vivekananda. He shouts at him, who told you what is wrong? Okay? Who told you are right? For you what I am teaching is right, for him what I am teaching is right. You cannot compare one right with the other right. It is his evolution that is required. It's your evolution this is required. So do not mix up these two. He shouts at them and brings back the stone and keeps it there. This is what happened in case of 12 Shishyas of Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. And Ramakrishna Paramahamsa himself was master of 64 Vidyas, Tantra and all those things. He is well versed in that. But his Shishyas only are capable of handling only 3. Puja, ritual, devotion, meditation and Jnana. But Ramakrishna Paramahamsa were well versed in more than 64 types of sadhanas. So we should not mix up one type of sadhana, one type of philosophical system with others. That is until that person is ready. Now who guides this? A realized master is required. Otherwise it won't happen. Transition won't happen smoothly. Confusion will happen. There's no one school which integrates all these. The one school which integrates all these is called a realized master. It is like a doctor, sir. Cough is a common symptom. So one cough says cough is because of you are drinking cold water, ice cream. Another says it's because of bacteria. Another says virus. Okay, all the 3 textbooks are correct only. Cold is also problem, virus is also problem, bacteria is also problem. Who tells which is correct? Only a good experienced doctor is to tell, no? Which medicine is required? Books will tell, which books will tell? What I take for cough? Everything is looks right. Cold is also right, bacteria is also right, virus is also right. How do I decide? Unless there's a good doctor who says, looks at your symptoms, says, this is the medicine. Similarly, there's one school which integrates all this is called realized master. Without that, things won't work. There will be gaps.
No, I still have doubts.
Okay.
See, if you take Bhakti, Prahalada, Veera.
Okay, this is a different question or same question?
Same.
Okay.
So, so they are supposed to have merged, got moksha in their path, which was meant for that jiva. So, I am not able to relate to the thing of like, oh, this is the first standard, the bhakti is the, I mean, or whatever, the lower grade, and then they have
There's no lower and higher. We are not speaking of lower and higher at all. We are speaking of the aptitude of jiva. It's not lower and higher. Veda is not lower than Abeda. It is the jiva aptitude. I'll tell you why it comes. Okay? It is not, that's why Ramakrishna Paramahansa was very strict. You should not compare what he is doing with what you are doing. Okay? So your question is, let us take the next question. Let's stop this recording and we'll go to the next question. So here,